What's up, everybody? Break number 957, BD. This is a case of Topps Chrome Baseball. Hobby box case. 12 boxes in the break. Here we go. Twelve boxes. Good luck. Box one. Come on, Dodgers and Yankees. There you go. All right. There we go. I see what you did, Chad. You went for the buyback player, the teams. You got the Dodgers and the Yankees. You get all the buybacks. Smart. Smart move. Any Judges or Shoheis? Smart. Smart move. Any Judge or Shohei go to you, and they are the buyback cards. Base cards are 20, refractors are 40, numbered cards I think are 100, something like that. All right, here we go, box one. Power players, that is Kyle Schwarber. Refractor, Wilson Contreras. That is a green future star, Pete Crow. I'm sorry, I thought it was green. It's a 99, it is not. That is Shota Imanaga on the Hyper Refractor. Nathaniel Lowe on the Refractor. Jackson Chourio on the Throwback. We got orange. It's an orange auto. That's a nice start for Washington. Darren Baker, 6 out of 25 on the orange auto. All right, we'll try and get some twins for you, my friend. Orange auto to 25. Kevin Alcantara on the Throwback. Refractor, Tarek Skubal. There is Aqua, 258 out of 299, Adley Rutschman. Fortune 15. Hyper Refractor of Gavin Sheets for San Diego. All etched of Tarek Skubal. Chris Bassett on the Refractor. That is Anthony Volpe on the Future Stars. Luis Roberts on the Refractor. Green for the Angels, Nico Cavadas. That is 69 out of 99. 69 out of 99. Austin Riley. Hyper Refractor, Ronel Blanco for the Houston Astros. Fernando Tatis. Aaron Judge on the buyback. Gleyber Torres on the refractor. All etched Chris Sale. Stephen Kwan. That is a blue lava of Logan Driscoll. Logan Driscoll has 128 out of 150. 128 out of 150. Giancarlos on the power players. Brenton Doyle on the hyper refractor. Paul Skeens future stars. Hunter Renfroe and Mark Vientos. Box number 2. Power player Corey Seager. Vlad Guerrero on the refractor. We got orange. That is Greg Jones. Greg Jones, 23 out of 25 for Colorado. 23 of 25. Bryce Harper on the all etched. Hyper refractors, Jamison Tion. We got Brooks Lee, power player. Jose Siri. Junior Caminero on the future stars. Randy Arozarena. Brooks Lee on the throwback. Hyper refractor, Jaron Duran. Gunnar Henderson on the Fortune 15. Brian Reynolds. on the auto, Andres Chaparro for the Washington Nationals. This auto is not numbered. All etched of Jordan, Kyle Schwarber. Blue, Alec Burleson, 106 out of 150. 106 of 150. Adley Rutschman on the power players. Hyper Refractor, JJ Bleday. Shote Managa on the Future Stars. Fortune 15, Mookie Betts. Harrison Bader for the Twins on the Refractor. That is Gunnar Henderson on the throwback. Ketel Marte on the Hyper. Seth Lugo on the Refractor. All etched of Vlad Guerrero Jr. Christian Yelich on the Refractor. Box number 2. Box number 3. And 10. Perfect. Box number 3. Go Pads. Padres, Christine. All right, box number 3. Well, there's our next auto. Chase Sugart for the Red Sox. This one is not numbered. If you know, you know. And you know, I know. Yordan Alvarez on the Fortune 15. There's Paul Goldschmidt on the Silver Prism. I'm sorry, Refractor. My bad. Luis Roberts to 199 on the Aqua Lava. 88 out of 199. Isn't that a number match? Doesn't he wear number 88? Maybe a number match. That's Francisco Lindor on the all etched. Hyper Refractor of IKF. Power Players, Kobe Mayo. That is Nolan Gorman. Mason Wynn. And can we see the replay of this break? It usually loads right away, right after the break, Easy Store. It'll be up on YouTube right away, usually about 5 minutes after the break on eBay Live. On YouTube, it's on Breaks and Takes 2. Tyler Fitzgerald. There's Paul Skeens. Trey Turner on the Hyper Refractor. Max Scherzer on the Refractor. Fortune 15 of Roki Sasaki. You're welcome, my friend. Straightforward. Yeah, that's the base.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep. Aaron Judge on the throwback. This does not count towards the buyback. Jackson Churio on the refractor. There's Brendan Donovan on the negative. Brendan Donovan on the negative for St. Louis. Aaron Judge on the Fortune 15. Hyper Refractor George Kirby. Julio on the all etched. Devin Williams for the Yankees on the refractor. Mark Vientos refractor. Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the Future Stars, your World Series MVP. Yu Darvish on the Hyper Refractor. Jose Ramirez throwback. Nick Castellanos on the refractor. Vlad Guerrero on the Power Players. Box number 4. Since I saw it, there's another buyback for the Yankees, Aaron Judge, for B. That is now $40 in buyback so far. Tyler Locklear on the auto. Tyler Locklear for Seattle on the auto. Not numbered. Aaron Judge on the Power Players. That is Ezekiel Tovar on the refractor. Gunnar Henderson on the refractor. Jackson Churio Future Star. Hyper Refractor Drew Thorpe. Bryce Harper on the throwback. Refractor of Teoscar Hernandez. Francisco Lindor Fortune 15. Vinny Pasquantino on the refractor. All Edge Corey Seager. Hyper of Lars Nootbaar. That's Garrett Mitchell on the refractor. Power Player Shohei. All Edge Shohei. Gunnar Henderson on the refractor. That is Adam Kloffenstein for the Blue Jays. Adam Kloffenstein on the negative. Luis Angel Acuna Power Players. Hyper Refractor Kevin Alcantara. Tyler Soderstrom on the Future Stars. Hunter Green. Shohei on the throwback. That is Dansby Swanson on the refractor. Power Player Fernando Tatis. Bryce Terang on the Hyper Refractor. Mookie Betts on the All Etched. Alex Bregman on the refractor. Box number 5. All right, I'll talk to you later, Chad. Have a great night. Be safe out there. All right, we got Tyler Anderson on the refractor. Zach DeZenzo for the Astros on the negative. Cedane Rafaela. Hyper Refractor Blake Snell. Ronald Acuna on the throwback. Michael Harris the second. Fortune 15, Bryce Harper. Ozzie Albies. Fernando Tatis. Bobby Witt Jr. on the hyper. Jeimer Candelario. Bryce Harper. There's Jake Eder on the auto for the White Sox. Ellie on the power players. Paul Skeens on the all etched. Nolan Arenado. That is a purple of Luis Castillo. 46 out of 250. 46 out of 250. Jacob Wilson, power player. Francisco Alvarez on the hyper. Jordan Westburg. There's William Contreras. Mookie Betts. Ketel Marte, power player. Carlos Correa, hyper. Ellie on the all etched. Josh Naylor. Nolan Arenado. Box number 6. All right, here we go. Box number 6. Drew Romo. That is Ryan Zephyr-John for the Angels. Ryan Zephyr-John for the Angels, not numbered on the auto. James Wood on the Fortune 15. Kerry Carpenter refractor. That is for Boston. That's Rafael Devers on the negative. Rafi Devers on the negative. Jose Ramirez, all etched. Teoscar Hernandez, hyper. James Wood, power. Future star Evan Carter. Ian Happ. There's Kobe Mayo on the throwback. Hyper refractor of Vinny Pasquantino. Roki Sasaki on the rookie refractor. Brooks Lee on the Fortune 15. Yeah, I'm sure it does. If you want them. There we go. Power player Shohei Ohtani. Bryce Harper on the throwback. Juan Soto on the refractor. Luis Garcia on the refractor. Future star Ellie De La Cruz. Hyper refractor Ezekiel Tovar. Francisco Lindor on the throwback. Darren Baker on the refractor. There's an Aqua 118 out of 199. That is Michael Hellman for the St. Louis Cardinals. Francisco Lindor, Fortune 15. Alex Bregman on the Hyper Refractor. Corey Seager all etched. There's Andres Chaparro refractor. Box number 7. Alright, let's get rid of some of that chrome dust. Box number 7. Alright, box number 7. Here we go. Billy Cook, our next auto for Pittsburgh. This one is also not numbered. Billy Cook on the auto. Mookie Betts on the Fortune 15. Jalen Duran. That is a gold wave of Mike Yastrzemski going to the Giants. 32 out of 50. 32 out of 50. Fly Jr. all etched. Hyper of Cade Povic. Pete Alonso power player. JJ Bleday refractor. Jason Dominguez on the Future Stars. Ketel Marte. Throwback Dylan Cruz. Brandon Lau on the Hyper Refractor. Spencer Strider Refractor. Corey Seager Fortune 15. Brooks Lee on the throwback. Shota Imanaga on the refractor. Brenton Doyle refractor. Shota Imanaga Future Stars. We got a radiating rookie for the Washington Nationals, and that is Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz on the radiating rookie short print. Sick hit. Nice hit for Washington. Washington's had a solid break. Gunnar Henderson, Fortune 15. Hyper Refractor of Zach Neto. Gunnar Henderson throwback. Hyper of Grant Holmes. Jordan all etched. Jemison Tyone refractor. Gavin Sheets refractor. Power player Adley Rutschman. Bobby Witt Jr. to finish off box number 7. Box number 8. Box number 8. All right, box number 8. Here we go. For the Blue Jays, Leo Jimenez, 128 out of 199 on the auto. 128 out of 199. Colby Mayo on the throwback. Alec Burleson on the refractor. There's Seth Lugo on the Aqua Lava. 150 out of 199 for Kansas City. Brooks Lee on the Fortune 15. Hyper Refractor Ryan McMahon. Adley Rutschman all etched. Logan Gilbert on the refractor. Power player Jordan. Willie Adames on the refractor. Wyatt Langford Future Stars. Shane Bieber on the hyper. Nick Gonzalez refractor. Throwback Adolis Garcia. Masataka Yoshida on the hyper. Evan Carter on the Future Stars. Future Star Ellie De La Cruz. Freddie Freeman on the refractor. On the green, that is Lawrence Butler, 39 out of 99 on the Green Wave. Green Wave. Lindor on the throwback. Pete Alonso refractor. All etched of Jose Ramirez. That is Royce Lewis refractor. James Wood on the power players. Adolis Garcia refractor. Garrett Crochet on the hyper. James Wood on the Fortune 15. Box number 9. Alright, box number 9. That is Gavin Lux on the refractor. Kobe Mayo, Fortune 15. Sandy Alcantara on the hyper refractor. Connor Wong refractor. All etched of Jackson Merrill. Corbin Carroll on the Future Stars. Refractor, that's Byron Buxton. That is a black to 10 of Brendan Lau. 2 out of 10 for the Rays. Nice hit. Brandon Lau, 2 out of 10. Julio on the throwback. Hyper of Shohei Ohtani. I believe that's at least a $40 to $60 hit on the buyback. There we go. Nice hit for B. That is Paul Skeens on the Fortune 15. Jonathan India refractor. Michael Hellman on the auto for the Twins. 104 out of 499. 104 of 499. Freddie Freeman all etched. There's Jose Altuve. We got a gold speckle. Gold speckles of Adley Rutschman. Nice one. 28 out of 50 for the Orioles. Adley Rutschman, 28 of 50. Nice gold speckle. Ronald Acuna on the power player. Hyper of Freddie Peralta. Jackson Holiday, Future Star. Tristan McKenzie on the refractor. Mookie Betts on the throwback. Power player, Jarren Duran. Bryce Harper on the refractor. There's an all-etched rookie of Ben Rice. All-etched rookie of Ben Rice. Nice hit for the Yankees. Ronald Acuna all-etched. Rhys Hoskins on the hyper. Kevin Alcantara power. Sean Manaea on the refractor. Box number 10. That is Stuart Baroa on the refractor. Power player Ronald Acuna. Hyper refractor Pete Alonso. Greg Jones on the refractor. All etched of Freddie Freeman. Tanner Beebe on the refractor. Hyper refractor Freddie Freeman. All etched Ronald Acuna. Green for the Dodgers, Blake Snell, 16 out of 99. 16 out of 99 on the green wave. Or green lava, excuse me. Jarren Duran on the power players. Trevor Story on the refractor. Adolis Garcia throwback. Fortune 15 Paul Skeens. Michael McGreevy on the refractor. Royce Lewis on the hyper refractor. Julio on the throwback. We got a gold white sock of Andrew Vaughn. Gold wave. That is 24 out of 50. 24 out of 50 gold wave for the White Sox. Corbin Carroll, Future Stars. Aaron Judge refractor, $40 hit on the buyback. Nice hit. That's our buyback stack. And that is Will Warren, rookie auto for the Yankees. On card, 476 out of 499. Kevin Alcantara power players. That is Zebby Matthews on the refractor. Hyper refractor, Garrett Mitchell for Milwaukee. Wyatt Langford on the Future Stars. And we got a red Yankee to 5. A red Yankee to 5. If that's Aaron Judge, that is freaking huge. Aaron Judge, 3 out of 5 on the red lava. Holy shit, Nikes. Holy shit. That is humongous. For the buyback or for your PC, either way, that is a humongous, humongous hit. It is too bad Chad had an appointment, because man, for him to be here to see that would be sick right now. Congrats, Chad. I know who's getting this card. Woo-wee. Well, you said you were going in all in, Chad, tonight on the Yankees and the Dodgers, and there you go. That is amazing right there. Yordan Alvarez, Justin Verlander, all-etched Adley Rutschman. Wow. Whoo-wee. Wow, that is just, that's got me speechless right now. I'm not normally speechless. My mouth runs all the time. All right. Box number 11. I need to move that back. All right, box number 11. It is also live if you're having issues on eBay. It is also live on YouTube on Breaks and Takes 2. Okay, my friend? Alright, here we go. Bryce Teodosio on the auto for the Angels. This one is not numbered. Bryce Harang on the Future Stars. Wyatt Langford on the refractor. Shohei Ohtani. That is another buyback of $20. Jacob deGrom on the all etched. Jacob deGrom on the hyper refractor. Francisco Lindor. Mackenzie Gore on the refractor. Logan Webb refractor. Power player Jose Ramirez. Hyper refractor of J.P. Crawford. Jeff McNeil on the refractor. Austin Wells on the Future Stars. That is Lawrence Butler. That is Nolan Jones for Cleveland. Nolan Jones on the negative for Cleveland. Jacob Wilson on the throwback. Hyper of Josh Jung. Brent Rooker power players. Shane McClanahan on the refractor. All etched Aaron Judge. Power players Dylan Cruz. Tyler O'Neill, refractor. There it is. Shadow etched Bobby Witt Jr. Shadow etched Bobby Witt Jr. Nice hit for Kansas City. Jackson Merrill on the Future Stars. Hyper Refractor, C.J. Abrams for Washington. James Woods for Washington. Luis Severino, Refractor. Fortune 15. And Ricky Henderson on the Ultraviolet All-Star. Run, Ricky, run. Rest in peace, man. I know it's been a year. We miss you, man. What a great player he was. That was a really good box. That was a solid, good box. Holy cow. Box number 12. Last box. All right. Final 20 packs. Here we go. Corey Seager, Fortune 15. Mike Tauchman on the Refractor. Gunnar Henderson on the Hyper Refractor. Luis Angel Acuna, Power Player. All that Shohei. Tyler Stevenson on the Refractor. Mike Trout on the Refractor. All etched Mookie Betts. Future Star Jackson Chourio. Dansby Swanson on the Hyper Refractor. Leo Jimenez on the Refractor. Aaron Judge, Power Players. Last 10 packs. Emmanuel Clase. Spencer Strider, Hyper. Dylan Cruz on the throwback. Rookie all etched. There is Kevin Alcantara for the Cubs. Jason Dominguez on the Future Stars. Jeremy Pena. Pete Alonso on the power players. Zach Gallen on the refractor. 4 packs to go. Should have an auto still coming. Tomoyuki Sugano. There's Hunter Green on the Hyper Refractor. Fernando Tatis power players. Ronald Acuna Jr. That is on the image variation refractor. Image variation of Ronald Acuna Jr. Very nice card. Very, very nice card. Shohei on the throwback. 2 packs to go. Kyle Tucker on the refractor. Shohei on the buyback. Shohei on the $20 buyback. Last pack should have our last auto, and it's a blue auto. It is a blue lava auto. That's Tyler Soderstrom. Rhys Hoskins. And our last auto goes to the Oakland A's. Could this be Nick Kurtz? No, it is Armando Alvarez. 83 out of 150. 83 out of 150 for the A's. All right. That is the break, my friends. Let me get everything together. We will do our recap. All right. Let's bring Aaron Judge a little closer. That is a sick, sick hit still. All right, my friends, here we go. Recap time. Let's do the big buybacks. For the Yankees spot and the Dodgers spot, we got Shohei for 20, 40. And this is probably, I think, 60 or 80. If not, it's at least 40. So there's $80 from the Dodgers. Here is Aaron Judge. There's 40, 60, 80 from the Yankees on the buyback. Not to mention this card right here, which I'm sure is going to be a huge buyback if it's being sold by the player that has the Yankees. All right. Our recap. Here comes the numbered cards. Thank you all again for being part of this break. Up next is going to be National Treasures. About $1,200, Ken. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. All right. Here we go. These are the $2.99. We got Adley Rutschman. To $2.50, we got Luis Castillo. To $1.99, Seth Lugo, Michael Hellman, Luis Roberts Jr. To $1.50, Alec Burleson, Logan Driscoll. To $99, Blake Snell, Lawrence Butler, and Nico Cavadas. To $50, Andrew Vaughn, Adley Rutschman, Mike Yastrzemski. To $25, Greg Jones on the orange. And to $10 for the Tampa Bay Rays, Brandon Lau. Our negative cards. We have Nolan Jones, Cleveland. We have Rafi Devers for Boston. Zach DeZenzo for Houston. Adam Kloffenstein for the Blue Jays. And Brendan Donovan for the Cardinals. Our all-etched rookie rushes. We got Ben Rice and Kevin Alcantara. On the ultraviolet, we got Ricky Henderson. On the image variation, Ronald Acuna Jr. for Atlanta. This is Bobby Witt Jr. for the Royals on the shadow etch. Our radiating rookie went to Washington. That was Dylan Cruz. Our autos not numbered. We got Bryce Teodosio for the Angels. For the Pirates, Billy Cook. For the Angels, Ryan Zephyrzan. For the White Sox, Jake Eder. Tyler Locklear for the Mariners. Chase Shugart for the Red Sox. Andres Chaparro for the Washington Nationals. Our numbered cards to $4.99 numbered auto. We got Will Warren for the Yankees. Michael Hellman for the Twins. This is to $1.99 Leo Jimenez, rookie for the Blue Jays. To $1.50 on the blue lava, that is Armando Alvarez for the Oakland Athletics. And to $25 for Washington, 6 out of 25, Darren Baker. But of course, our hit of the break, y'all see it. It's hanging. There it is. 3 out of 5. Your MVP of the AL, Aaron Judge. Thank you guys for being part of the break. I appreciate you all for being here. Hope you guys hit something nice. Hope to see you next time, guys. Have a great night. Peace.